Right now on Big Country Politics, Governor Abbott unveiled his plan to make Texas schools more safe, how he plans to put over $100 million towards that goal, and what caused protesters to come knocking at Senator Cornyn's office door. We'll tell you just ahead.
And now, from your local election headquarters, the only locally produced political talk show discussing the issues that matter to you. This is Big Country Politics on KTAB.
Well, thanks for being here for this week's edition of Big Country Politics. I'm Victor Sotelo. Let's get straight to the local political headlines that are happening across the nation, state, and here in the Big Country. Governor Greg Abbott shared his school safety proposals in two different press conferences Wednesday following roundtable meetings hosted in the wake of deadly school shootings in Santa Fe High School. Austin Bureau reporter Wes Rappaport outlines Abbott's plan, which has elements that one lawmaker says he is proposed before.
One goal in mind.
Governor Abbott learning from recent roundtables.
Every single item that I'm advancing today are items that were offered up in one of these roundtable discussions.
Presenting a list of 40 action items to protect Texas kids, including immediate solutions and proposals he wants lawmakers to take up in January.
School hardening strategies, which includes things like metal detectors, as well as providing greater access for things like mental health and counseling strategies.
Abbott wants to install special alarm systems that warn of an active shooter on campus and suggests reducing the number of entries and exits to schools. His plan includes around $110 million worth of ideas, like expanding mental health programs that are already used in some Texas classrooms.
We are also working to make it easier for students to anonymously report threatening or suspicious behavior.
House Speaker Joe Straus and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick are already preparing for lawmakers to take action.
This will be Senate Bill 1.
Senator Eddie Lucio introduced legislation 2 years ago that would have created a mental health division in the state's education agency. It did not make it. Patrick appointed Lucio to a new 9-member committee that will study violence in schools and school security.
Something that I would like to see, a uniform type of process that we can all be able to live with and count on, no matter what school, what the size of a school district is.
Abbott says there is more work to be done on this, and he will not rule out a special session. He also recommended more school staff to be armed, but said that's not a mandate. He also says he hopes more teachers, coaches, and administrators go through stronger safety and security training. Well, and a factor that sparked Abbott's plan was the deadly school shootings at Santa Fe High School. As we said, students returned to campus earlier this week, but not for classes. They participated in counseling sessions and ceremonies to remember those killed. As you know, a 17-year-old student is accused of shooting and killing 10 people while injuring 13 others. Changes have been made to the campus. Now there's only one entrance and exit to the school. Additional law enforcement officers are around and walls in place blocking off classrooms where the shootings took place. All right, turning now our attention to the immigration debate. A crowd of about a dozen parents gathered outside Senator John Cornyn's office Wednesday morning. They're concerned about what happens to children who are separated from their families at the U.S.-Mexico border if parents are found crossing illegally. Some parents set up a time to meet with Cornyn's staff to share their thoughts and ask for legislative changes.
When I heard about what was happening, it was very easy to look at my children and understand what it's like when they're afraid and we want to be there for them, or what it's like when we can't be there for them for some reason.
A spokesperson for Cornyn said that he told reporters this week this situation is unacceptable. Right now, he and another congressman are working on a bipartisan bill to allow people to bring their case to an immigration judge in a timely manner so families won't have to be separated. All right, now we're going to political headlines across the Big Country. The Key City saw its share of protests last Saturday. The push to revitalize downtown is causing county commissioners and members of the Abilene community to clash over several properties in South Downtown Abilene or the Soda District. As part of the grand opening of the Soda District courtyard, many people from the community band together to hold a protest against the county commissioners, led by Tim Smith, who met them to ask them to sell several properties the county owned. And we should have a soundbite we're going to. Okay, we'll see if we can get back to that.
Hundreds of people show to our community if they're not going to listen to the taxpayers. These buildings are in terrible shape. They'll tell you they have plans. They've been sitting like this for years. They don't have any plans. And so that's why we're here.
We must do what's in the best interest of the county. And as we explained to Mr. Smith when he came and made his presentation to the Commissioners Court, it is not in the best interest of the county to sell county property and then have to come back and buy it back later. We are using these buildings that he's talking about. We're using them right now, and we're going to continue to use them.
Hundreds of people showed up to sign a petition and to protest, hoping to change the commissioners' minds about selling the properties in South Downtown. All right, more Abilene news. It's an end of an era for the Abilene Fire Department. Chief Larry Bell officially retired from his position at a ceremony Thursday. He served the department and the Abilene community for the last 35 years. Replacing Bell is Deputy Fire Chief Candy Flores. Flores has been with the Abilene Fire Department for 26 years, serving as Chief Officer for the past 4 years. He was sworn into his new position this past Friday. All right, still to come on Big Country Politics, KTAB's Claire Kreitz talks with Wiley ISD Superintendent Joey Light about the end of the school year and a look ahead to next school year. We'll be back in 2 minutes.